Hello, I'm George Saunders.
And I'm Sam Deering, and we're supporting the IBDP.
I've got two questions here. The first question is, what can you do on the pitch when you feel you aren't in good form? And the second question is, what's the dressing room morale like?
I'll go first. I think if you're on bad form, you just got to just keep sticking at it really, because if you feel like it's not going your way, don't let it get you down, because then you feel like you don't want to get on the ball and you might make more mistakes, but eventually you might make that one opportunity in the game that can win the game for you.
Yeah, like George said, I mean, if you're having a bad game, the least you can do is run around and just run around like a madman, kicking people if you want, you can do whatever you want really, just be effective to the game.
Brilliant.
But we've got a second question, haven't we? The second question.
Yeah.
What's the second question?
The morale.
The morale, yeah. Yeah, good morale in the camp. A few good results lately, so we're happy, and obviously going into the game we've got on Sunday, spirits are high and everyone's ready, and hopefully we can come away with a win.
Yeah, exactly. I think everyone gets on well. See the boys a lot, so we're always at training ground together, travelling together. So yeah, everyone gets on well, and obviously with the results starting to pick up in a big game Sunday, yeah, everyone's looking forward to it.
My first question is, how many days a week do you usually train, and what days and at what times? Is it in the evenings, mornings, afternoons? What is your typical pre-match day diet like? So what do you have for breakfast, lunch, dinner on a match day, like Saturday match day?
I train 4 days a week normally, or if you've got a Tuesday game, you don't train on Tuesday. We normally train around, start like 10ish with me.
Yeah, get in for 10.
Get in for 10, yeah.
In for 10, start at 10:30. We'll do some pre-app stuff before, and then go out to the training ground, and we'll be out there for about between an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Most days. Yeah, so 4 days a week usually training. And diet, match day. A Saturday match day, maybe we wouldn't have dinner before the game, because that would probably be a bit too late, because it kicks off at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So me personally, I'd get up, I won't have any breakfast, but then I'll have some beans on toast or something like that for the game. I'd rather have McDonald's if I'm honest. I'm joking. It would be just beans on toast for me.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've been on toast. I try not to have too much. You don't want to feel like too heavy going to the game, or if I feel a little bit hungry,
So good.
But yeah, maybe like little snack, maybe like cereal bar or something, like just before the game, like a bit of fruit, yeah, just and whatever my mum cooks me when I get in.
Yeah, what about after you finished? When you're done, when you get home?
Last season we used to, obviously the club would give us some food. After the game we'd have spaghetti bolognese or something like that, which the club would put on for us, but at the minute we can't, so we're just doing our own stuff at home. When you get home, just have whatever you feel like. It's time to have a bit of a junk meal for me really after a game, so I'd have probably a takeaway, maybe Chinese or something like that, just to fill me up.
Yeah, so whatever I'll come in, what my mum's done, whatever.
I ain't got that luxury.
I'm looked after me.
As a loyal London Redbridge supporter and season ticket holder, what has it been like at present playing behind closed doors?
I don't know, it feels like normal now really. We've done some in pre-season for a bit, but obviously with the fans it's so much better, but yeah, it's the new normal really, isn't it now, so it's weird.
Yeah, well, it's quite good actually, because you ain't just shouting at us. I'm joking. No, it's obviously when the fans are here, you get a lift from the fans, and you can feel the atmosphere in the ground, obviously, which is gone. And obviously, when you're here screaming, shouting for us, supporting us all the way, you do find an extra bit of energy, or that last ditch tackle or something like that. Scoring goals and stuff, don't feel the same You don't have the crowd behind you when you score, unfortunately. But luckily enough, hopefully we can have some fans in. Is it Wednesday?
No, the 12th. From the 12th, I was going to say, yeah. How much is that going to be sort of for a lift for the team?
Yeah, from the 12th, obviously we can have the fans back and hopefully get these behind us and supporting again and being able to see what we can show you how good we are.
I'm Hayley, and I have a question. Does it motivate you in a game to hear the fans cheer?
Yeah, definitely. When you hear the fans cheering, like Diro said, it makes you want it a bit more. Even if you go 1-0 up, you've got the crowds behind you, think you're going to go and win the game. But yeah, no, it's definitely a massive impact with crowds. Massive.
Yeah, Hayley, I'm sure it's like I just said beforehand, the motivation when you're behind us is obviously gives you more drive. Not the fact that we don't have the drive now, but obviously when you've got that support behind you, you know you're giving you 100%, and you try and go above and beyond.
Hi, I'm Nikki, the Sports Participation Officer at Barking Dagenham Progress Project. My question for you today is, who was your sports idol growing up and why did they influence you?
I'd probably say mine was Thierry Henry, because I was an Arsenal fan when I was younger. Obviously, everyone likes him as idol when he's so. Yeah, it's just the way he played made it look so easy. Scored loads of goals, going around players, tricky player. Yeah, it was amazing to watch.
Alright, Nikki. Good work you're doing there with all the guys and girls. My inspiration was Michael Owen. I really liked Michael Owen, just the way he played. Obviously I'm quite small myself. He was small, bit of resemblance. He was fast. I'm not really fast. I was inspired by him because the way he always played with a smile on his face and wanted to score goals and play for the team.
Hi, I'm Simon, IDDP Participation Officer, and I also help coach IDDP FC. My questions to you are, who sung the best initiation song when they joined the club? And who is the worst dressed player at the club and why? Thank you.
I can't really answer that.
I'd say, yeah, so we haven't done our initiations this year because of COVID, have we? But I guess for you, did you do one at Hornchurch?
No, I didn't.
Have you never done one?
No, I've never done one.
Oh,
No.
wow. Alright, so if you were going to sing an initiation in front of us now, what song would you sing? Bearing in mind you're in front of Diro as well.
No, mate, I'll have to have a look for it.
Give us one now, would you?
No chance.
Come on, give us this little one. Initiation songs. Well, last season when I came in, we had a few initiation songs, but the one that stands out is Ben House. I don't know what he sung, I don't know who sung it, but it was terrible. It was terrible. And he stood up on the store singing in the hotel, and
He went as red as a kid, didn't
he? He's like a tomato, the boy. He'd gone red and then he started stuttering and then he's just stood up there saying nothing but still standing there instead of getting down, so all the boys are hammering him and he's like, are you going to be quiet so I can do it? And literally the boys tore into him and he ended up just getting down and he was a bit angry after.
I wonder what his one at Eastleigh was like.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
And yeah, so following on from that, worst dressed.
I don't know, I can't really say. Everyone normally, like for me,
it's training, isn't it?
Yeah. Someone that gets changed at home.
Elliot Justin all day. Elliot Justin.
Why is that?
Worst clobber, mate. He's Mrs. Pixie's clobber, I'm telling you. She goes with Marks and Spencer's and that and buys his clobber.
I'm Abdul Gogo.
I'm Kenny Clark.
And we're supporting IDDP Day.
I've got two questions here. The first question is, what can you do on the pitch when you feel you aren't in good form? And the second question is, what's the dressing room morale like?
When you're not feeling too great on the pitch, I think for myself, I always just go back to basics, do the simple things right, and try and get yourself back in the game.
Yeah, I think, as Clarky said, when things aren't going for you, I think it's just important to do the basics. Don't start doing anything that you would normally do. Just work hard and do the basics well, and then everything will fall into place.
And the morale?
Morale's, it's a good place to be, the dressing room. You've got all your mates, good bit of banter, nice and bubbly vibe. It's a really good place to be.
Yeah, like you said again, yeah, it's a good place to be. You've got some funny lads.
Got some characters.
Yeah. Got some guys like Dero and, Westy and lads like that, like banter and like playing pranks. So yeah, it's a good place to be.
Bro.
My first question is, how many days a week do you usually train? And what days and on what times? Is it in the evenings, mornings, afternoons? What is your typical pre-match day diet like? So what do you have for breakfast, lunch, dinner on a match day, like Saturday match day?
So we train 5 days a week. So Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, play games on Saturdays or Tuesday nights, but we usually get Wednesdays and Sundays off.
Normally, you've got to be in for 10 o'clock, and we normally start at 9:30.
And for pre-match, I've always been the same since I was young. I have a bowl of Weetabix in the morning. Yeah, and then at about 11 o'clock-ish, 11:15, I have scrambled egg and beans on toast. And then I won't eat anything until after the game.
So I'm very similar. I've always been porridge with a banana in the morning, scrambled egg and toast a little bit before the game, just before I turn up, and then I'd have another banana and probably like a little energy bar just before we go out.
All four of you have said something on toast.
Seriously?
Those two were beans on toast, your beans on toast, yeah.
Always.
Brilliant.
That's my go-to.
As a loyal Daggers Redbridge supporter and season ticket holder, what has it been like at present playing behind closed doors?
Awful. No atmosphere, especially when you get a good crowd behind you like we've got at Daggers, who become your 12th man. Not having you guys there it's been absolutely awful.
Yeah, it's been hard, like you said, it's cliche, but they're like the 12th man. When you need to dig in and you've got the fans behind you, it gives you that little bit of energy. But playing and just like training, it feels like a training game, like a pre-season friendly when there's no crowd. So mentally, it's very hard. Yeah.
I guess for you as well, sort of coming back, you sort of looking forward to being with the fans again as sort of on your return.
Yeah, definitely. So looking forward to playing in front of the fans. It's been a long time, so don't know how long I'll have to wait for that, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, just have to crack on.
Well, not long. The 12th. It will be the 12th against Altrincham. So, like, how much of a lift do you think that will be?
It'll be massive. As Andrew was saying, mate, it's like a training game. You have to prepare yourself mentally right to be ready for the game. But when you turn up and you've got a nice big crowd there, and you just feel the energy in the ground, and it gets you going. And without them, it's been tough.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Hi, I'm Hayley, and I have a question. Does it motivate you in a game to hear the fans cheer?
Yeah, definitely. When you're playing well, not when you're on the stink. Not when you're on the stink and the fans are on your back. But yeah, it does definitely motivate you. It makes you want to work harder, run a little bit further, and it makes you want to win the games, not just for yourself but for the fans as well. You pay good money to come watch it.
Definitely. Is it now when you're there? Great answer.
Hi, I'm Nikki, the Sports Participation Officer at Barking Dagenham Progress Project. My question for you today is, who was your sports idol growing up and why did they influence you?
Good question.
I'm trying to think back now. I had a few when I was younger. Probably my first one was Joe Cole when I was a kid, seeing him over West Ham in the FA Youth Cup. he was one of my first idols. And then as I grew up a bit and knew I was becoming a defender, it was definitely John Terry. I looked at him as someone I wanted to play like, someone I wanted to be. Obviously being captain of Chelsea and England, etc. He was someone I really looked up to, really admired.
Yeah. For me, believe it or not, it was actually David Seaman. I was an Arsenal fan. Yeah, don't ask me why. I've not got a clue. But yeah, I used to support Arsenal growing up. Then I changed to Chelsea because that's when their money went there. But yeah, growing up, I used to love David Seaman, and then Ian Wright as well, and then Patrick Vieira. So yeah, John Masco, yeah.
For you, Kenny, obviously Joe Cole came and trained with us. What was that sort of like training with one of your idols?
Yeah, he came in for a couple of months, yeah. And just he's a great top man as well. Just to see him live and just actually train with him. Weren't great being a defender, being technical side. Someone who, as I said, when I was a kid, I see him in that game and he was exceptional. I always kept an eye on him, and then obviously see the career he's had is phenomenal.
Great man.
Hi, I'm Simon, IDDP Participation Officer, and I also help coach IDDP FC. My questions to you are, who sang the best initiation song when they joined the club? And who is the worst dressed player at the club and why? Thank you.
I'm trying to think of
So for you, Abs, obviously we've not done them this year, so going back sort of.
I was
going to say, what would be yours?
Yeah. No, I'm not great, man. Yeah, man, terrible. But I'm trying to think when I was there. I can't quite remember, to be honest. It's so long ago. I think I can't remember, to be honest.
What about? Are there any sort of like recently at Bristol? Or?
Oh yeah, there's guy at Bristol. He was horrendous. He went up there and was shaking like a leaf. Literally, he was stuttering, sweating. Young guy, stuttering, sweating, everything. That was quite funny to watch.
So what would you, if I was going to put you on the spot now, what would be your go-to?
My go-to would be Lean On Me. I don't even know who sings it. Lean on me.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's my go-to.
Nice.
Go ahead, yourself.
I think the funniest one would definitely, like Jules just reminded me, would have to be Ben House. Hilarious. Like, bless him, he went up there, song no one knew, proper trial, everyone just burst out laughing. And he just carried on, he just stood up there waiting for everyone to go quiet, which wasn't going to happen. And and then he went bright red.
So
that's that.
When you came in, obviously because you came in mid-season, I think it was 2 years ago now. Were you made to do one, or did you?
I remember we went to Hartlepool away.
Oh, that's right.
We did dinner table, so like, do you want to get up and do it? And they just went, no, don't worry about it.
So what would you have sung?
The old school, probably going up Craig David or something.
Oh yeah, Craig David.
What? So give us 5 seconds, or?
No.
Save it for another day.
I know you got it.